So I'm Zyrx, a producer and DJ. I have my students, Big Lance. I'm going to be showing how to DJ from scratch, beginner level, and I'm going to package this into a course. So follow me on this journey. So now the first thing we're going to do is when it comes to DJing, you have to understand that the library you need to have your library organized. Like library is the fact that all your songs you need to put them in the right folders, you get the right BPM and the right speed. If you check my library, for example, now you'd see I have Afrobeats library. I have the Afrobeats library, and even inside the Afrobeat library, I have Afrobeat 25. That song released in 2025. You get, and even in that 2025, I classified the songs into the different types of songs. So this one is Afrobeat dance. Every song that is in that folder is like
Middle.
Bedu. Then this one is calm song. Every song in this one now is chilled song, like calm vibes. I also even have rap songs. This one is where the rap lyrics are, like the Black Bones, Odumo the Black, and the likes. You see them here, you see them here. Olamide, those are like rap vibes. Then even culture, you have the culture sound. I have Ote, Big. So I organize all the library to their, I organize all the songs into their kind of file. So you know that anytime you are DJing, you don't need to have to be searching here and there before you know where your songs are, because you already have an imprint in your mind of where the songs are.
Yeah.
You get same thing 2023, dance music, calm music, rap songs. You see 2022
So every year you
culture,
get
you
each
get
folder
each
for every
folder
year.
for everything. And you need to know where all your songs are. So you know if you're looking for any song that was released back in 2024, you cannot be checking 2025 folder. You didn't know I didn't go to 2024. And if you are mixing in a club where parties at the beginning, everybody still like calm and settled, you cannot start with dance bedroom from there. You
Yeah.
need to start calm. That's why I have a calm folder, you get. And then I have the dance folder where it is just that's like after party. I get into the after party vibe. I even have a folder for after party. See, party sets, early sets, calm sets, and after party. You understand? So I know that from the beginning of the event, I'm playing the early sets. Then when the part is getting to that middle part where it's getting more interesting, I go into the calm sets, and
Yes.
I'm getting there. Then when the part is already is about to end or has ended already, I just go straight to the after party
After party.
folder. Then aside that, you see that even aside Afrobeats, because I'm an open format DJ. Open format means that you're open to every genre of
Okay.
music. That's open. You know the word open. Now you're open
Yeah.
to every type of DJing. So aside Afrobeat, I have Amapiano and EDM. So the same way I labeled my Afrobeat folder. See them Amapiano 2023, 2022, 2025. You understand? That's by the year. But you can label your tracks any way that you want, so long as you understand how you're labeling it. You
Okay.
understand? So you see, this is EDM, even Afro House. I have Afro House folder, high life, everything is organized. So I know that if I am playing for even the elderly people, I know where their folder is. You understand? Now let's go to the basics of the DJ software. Now in the DJ software, the first thing I need to understand is we have two decks. You understand? Let's use the controller for example. We have two decks. This is deck one and this is deck two. You understand? This is deck one, this is deck two. Whatever I'm talking about here also applies to this deck. So we have the deck one, we have the mixer. This is the mixing layer of the controller. So this is deck one, the mixer, and deck two. You understand? So now let's go to the mixer. In the mixer, we have three band EQ. Now in three band EQ, we have the low, we have the mid, and we have the high. So low is in terms of like the bass of the song. So I press play, as it is playing now.
Yes.
And this is the three band EQ. You understand?
Yes.
That's three band EQ. This is the low end.
Low. To remove the
To remove
bars.
the bars, you understand now? That's the bars of the
They have
song.
removed the
I
bars
removed the
now.
bars
Yeah.
already. So you understand, I just print out the bars. So this is the bars. I also increase it very well. You understand? So this is the bars. And this is called the mid. So from the mid, reduce it to it affects the body of the song. The mid is like the body of the song.
Not the bars now.
It's not the bars now. This is the mid.
Yes.
This is like the middle of the song, like the body of the song. You understand? You see now, it's not there again. Bring it back. You understand? It
Everything's
comes again,
alright
comes
now.
out again. You increase it too much. You see, it's too much. You understand? Too much now. You it has to come back to normal. That's why everything is centered. You understand? Then the same thing, this high is what we call the treble. You understand?
The
The high frequency, that's high. So
high.
high is like the treble of the song, like the high end of the song. So now, song is playing now, like this. You see now, just this is. Let me do this first. You can see, like it's not more bright again like that. That's the brightness of the song. It's not more bright again. I turn it back. You see now, if I play too much, it's very bright. Understand? So let's say we bring everything down now. You see, I stop playing
Yeah.
because that is the band of the song. So we first increase the eye of that deck. So the only treble that we playing. You get the only treble that is playing. You get. So now we bring the mid into it. See how the song comes into play now. So now the song is playing now. That's the body of the song. But the bass is not there yet. We bring in the low. You get now. So that's the bass of the song now. Volume fader for deck one and volume fader for deck two. Understand? And this is what we call the crossfader. So this crossfader means that if you put the crossfader to the far left, it plays only this deck. And if you move it to this right side, it plays only this deck. So that's always in the middle, so you can always move
Use
between
it
this
too.
and this. You understand? Now the controller, we have the Q button, we have the play button. So this is the Q and this is the play.
Okay, but
So for play, you press play and you move the volume fader up, like I said. You can see when it was down, we're not hearing anything.
yes.
But when you move it up, you start hearing the volume. So remember, this is play button. So if you press play again and to pause, press play again, continue again. You understand? It's playing now. Press on again, it's pause. You understand? That's the play and pause button. And then we have the Q button. The Q button takes you back to the last Q. Q is like you're setting a point. You know, you're setting a point on that song. Every time you press that button, you should go back to that point. Most times, the Q button is always at the beginning of the song. That's always where you set it to first. So look at it now. It is set at this place here. Then one thing about Q button is that when you press it, it plays for as long as you hold it. When you hold the Q button, when you hold it down, it continues playing. Because I'm still holding it down. But when you move your hand from it stops playing and it goes back to that last cue point, like I said. So that's what the cue is used for. The cue is like you are playing, and then once you move your hand from it, it stops. You understand? And then this is the play button. It doesn't to stop. Once you just press pause, it stops. But it doesn't go back to the beginning. It continues from there. And then we have the filter. Filter is like turning these three frequencies at once. You understand? Like you're calling the track. You understand? So this filter button now, let's see how it works. You see, we have the low pass frequency and high pass frequency. That's LPF and HPF. Low pass frequency, high pass frequency. As I'm moving from low end to the high end. So this particular knob, it does these three things together. These three knobs, it colors the tracks there with it. So you see now, if I bring it like this, you see now, makes everything to be thick and more of that low end. You bring it back, it brings it back to the normal sound. And then if you take to the higher end, I see only this high end now that is talking. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's doing these three things at
At a
once.
time.
You get. So you bring it back to the center, it goes back to the normal sound. You understand? And then we have the trim. The trim is also like the gain. Trim is also known as gain.
Again.
So yeah, trim and gain, they're the same thing. So trim and gain is just like the volume of that song. You understand? You see, that's like the volume of the song. That's the volume of the song, like the volume of that particular deck. But you can see we have trim on both sides. We have trim for this deck and trim for this deck. You understand? So, that's like the volume. And you bring it down. That's just like the volume of that song. You understand? Now, another important thing that you should know is tempo fader.
Temple fader.
Yeah, so this is the tempo. These two sliding faders like this. On other controllers, they are at the side. You see some controllers that have like a long side fader beside the controller.
Yeah.
You understand? So that particular thing is what we call the tempo fader. The tempo, do you understand what tempo means? Tempo or BPM. BPM is what we call the beats per minute.
This per minute.
It's just how fast or slow the song is, also known
Yeah.
as the tempo. tempo is how fast or how slow the song is.
Okay.
And if you look at the songs that we played on controller, they have their BPM. BPM is this number that you see here.
Mm-hmm.
That's your BPM. 112 BPM, 112 BPM.
Yes.
Every other song that you see here, you see them labeled under BPM section, BPM. And see you have 86, 119, 1112. Understand?
I don't know that label detail.
No. Every song has its own labeling.
Okay.
So every song
And
from
each
the
song we
production,
put here.
every song from the creation process,
Mm.
as they are recording the song, they are recording it with a BPM, that's
Okay.
a speed for how the song should be. But
Yes.
now as a DJ, you can increase the speed, you can slow down the
Slow
speed
down
of
the
that
speed.
song. You understand?
Yes.
That's why we have the tempo faders.
Okay.
Understand? So this particular controller is more like a battle controller. That's what we call this type of controller. Therefore, DJ battles, people that do like scratching and all of that. That's why we have the tempo faders here. Other controllers they are at the side, you see them by the side, very long like this. This is what we call the jog wheel. These two these two things that you see here.
What you said is the deck.
Yeah, this is the deck one.
Okay, this whole
This
part.
whole part here like this. Everything on this side. You can see this
From this
section.
mid this thing
So yeah, we can from this high, mid, and low. Everything on this side is
is
for
deck.
deck one,
Okay.
and everything here is for
Deck
deck
two.
two.
And this is the mixer, just
And this
like
is the
this.
mixer here. The mixer is what controls this three band EQ and the volume faders.
Wait, you said this one is already a deck one. Like
Yes,
this.
like this.
So but this one is still mixer.
That's what I'm saying. So everything that is here is deck one.
Okay,
We
okay.
have
From here
three
to here
things.
is the deck.
Listen, we have three pieces of the controller now. We have three major sections of the controller. We have the deck one. That means everything here is deck one, and everything here is
Is
deck
deck two.
two. But now we have the mixer that controls them both. That is, it controls the high, mid, and low of this, the high, mid, and low of this. But why I'm saying this is deck one is that this high, mid, and low is for just this deck.
Yes.
Understand? And this high, mid, and low and trim knob is for just this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? But the mixer is this high, mid, and this thing. But now you're controlling for two different decks.
Yeah.
Understand? So that's why we have deck one, mixer, and deck two. And then now this particular thing I see here is what we call the jog wheel. I see this big stuff here, the jog wheel.
Mm.
We also have it in vinyl DJs. Vinyl DJs are always old school DJ that you see that have a very big disc like this, very big disc. That's what we call vinyl DJ. So they're just like a representation of that big disc. So this is the jog wheel of this deck, and this is the jog wheel of this deck. Understand now? I also explained the BPM of the songs. These are the BPM. BPM is how fast or how slow that song is. This is the browsing knob of the controller. You can see it, as I'm scrolling, it is scrolling on the system as well.
System already, yeah.
And this is what we call the load button, load on deck one. You can see it on this particular deck. As I call it deck one, and so that one is load for deck two. Understand?
Okay, that means you can use it to select song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You select song on laptop. Once you're going to come back to laptop, you need to also know how to DJ on the laptop very well as a DJ.
Yeah.
Then this one here, this is the master volume. Master volume is that the master volume of everything. The general volume of all that is playing here. This is the output of it. You understand? That's the master. I'm just saying because the volume is low. You understand now? So let me put you to test. And if you understand all I was saying now, just come and press play on deck one. Yeah. Why is the volume not coming out? The volume.
Yes.
So that's why I said I have to push you to this. Remember the first thing I said is these are the volume faders of each deck. When I brought them down. So even if you press play, you won't hear anything until you bring up the volume fader of that deck. Understand now? So now do it now. You now press play and let's see what you can do. Yeah. I see that's playing out now. Now I want you to go back to the beginning of the song. Press play again. I want you to go back to the last few points. What do you press? What do you press? So that you understand now.
Yeah.
Q takes you back to the last few points. And it's always at the beginning of the song. Check if it says it at another place. You understand now. So and the Q button, I say that it's only when you hold it down that it continues playing.
Yeah.
Once you move your hand from it, it stops. Now press play again. Now I feel like the bars of the song is too much. I want you to reduce the bars of the song.
The bars.
Yeah, like you understand. You get now. So that's like the bars of that song that is playing. But it feels like it's too much for me. Okay, now bring back the bars of the song. Now I feel like The song is giving too much body. I'm not liking the body. It's giving too much body. I want to reduce the body of the song. So you reduce the body of the song. You reduce the body. You understand now? So now, what knob did you reduce?
The body of the song.
Yeah, but what's the name of that knob? That
Mid.
frequency. We have that the mid frequency. You
Yeah,
understand
mid
now?
frequency.
So now let's bring back the body of the song. Now it feels like the song is too bright. It's too bright. Now it's come a bit dark. So yeah, what did you control
The high
here? That's the high frequency. You understand now? Let's take it back to the normal frequency. Now I want to go back to the last few points.
Yeah?
Go back to the last few points. So now let's now continue from where we stopped now. Now, like I explained, we have the BPM. That's the how fast or how slow the song is. So I want you to press play now. Press play. I want you to increase the speed of the song. What do you do?
The speed.
Yes. You understand now? That is the tempo fader of the song. How fast or how slow the song is. You understand now? So I want you to bring it. Let's make it slower this time. So you understand now? And see that it comes slow. That's why we call it the tempo fader. Let's take it back to where it's supposed to be. To the midpoint, back to where it's supposed to be, the original point for it. I want to only the deck one.
What do you
Only the deck one. Only the deck one. That's it now. It's only the deck one. But now, I'm tired of this song. I want to only the deck two. Let's go to deck two. You see what I'm saying now? Now you're mixing two tracks together. You understand? You understand now? But now we'll get there slowly. Consider they are off now. They are a bit off because we've not dived into that aspect yet. But now you understand that that's what the controller does. So the controller controls both this deck one and deck two.
Deck two.
You understand? So that's what the controller is basically meant for. To mix a song on deck one with a
Deck
song
two.
in deck two. As you're playing one track in deck one,
Uh,
the other track is playing on deck two. And
so
then
that's when you want to
you
enter.
understand, and you are slowly bringing it into the deck two. You
Yeah.
understand? That's what the controller does basically. You understand now? Then we have the performance part. These are what we call performance parts, but we'll move that to
The
other
next
classes. I want you to understand the basics. This one I've shown now, these are the basics of the controller. So this is the performance part of this track. It has different functions and same thing with this. But in our next class, we'll come back to that. As a professional DJ, you need to also understand how to DJ like with just your laptop. So that way you understand your equipment very well. As a DJ, you have to understand your equipment very well because so if you go to different clubs, you see different types of controller, but they still do the same basic things.
Things.
But because you understand your controller, you can easily control any controller they give to you. You understand?